Okay, so with all this talk about women hitting men, should men retaliate physically, legally? Like, what should you do when a chick put her hands on you, type stuff? I want to really just shift focus a little bit and talk about what we're currently doing and why this mentality exists. Why is it allowed? Why is it that women, modern women, particularly black women, feel comfortable and just knocking dudes upside the head? So, came across this video, and it's a recent video. It was posted to World Star Hip Hop maybe a couple of days ago. I'm going to share this with you, and I'm going to give my commentary. So, fair use. Alright, actually, let me hit the mute button. Okay, so right there, you see the chick in the black jacket, the overweight one, hitting him, throwing stuff at him, while the pregnant one argues and, looks like she's getting a couple of licks in too. He's trying to break the two of them up. He doesn't seem worried about himself. He's breaking the two of them up from hitting each other because that's his concern right now. They're both taking stray jabs at him. You see, there's another one. There's another one, and she's waving a glass bottle at the other chick, but instead she hits him on the head with it. Yeah, yeah. Now you're probably wondering, why did she hit him on the head? Now he's obviously cheating, and women get upset about a man cheating. Personally, I think that they overreact, but maybe that's the topic of another video. She's arguing with a woman, and then she hits the man. Knocks him cold down. Hits him in the back of the head with a bottle. Assault with a weapon. Maybe it can be considered a deadly weapon if, a prosecutor wants to just go wild with it. They can consider it a deadly weapon. But he was assaulted with a weapon. Knocked to the ground. And she felt comfortable doing this. Now, she hadn't yet put hands on the other woman because there's consequences in doing that. The other woman can and will fight back. She will retaliate, and it'll be a win, lose, or draw situation. But she knows that if she hits him in the back of the head with a bottle, it's a win-win or win situation. He's not going to do nothing, though he's physically capable of doing a lot. He's not going to go there, nor is he going to go to the law, because he's been instilled to believe that the law is against him, not with him. Let's continue. And the other one gets a straight kick in. Let's take a look at that again. Straight kick, and yeah, hits him with a napkin, looks like, or something like that. And for a second, it looked like they just walked away together. But notice how the tension, the anger, and everything that was going on between the two of them, notice how that just ended. That was just over. And now it's a whole different story. Now it's, okay, we're both going to get our licks in on you. We're not going to attack each other. The one thing that was stopping us from attacking each other was you. And now that you're on the ground, we're not going to attack each other. We never intended on attacking each other. Why? Because we're both part of the sisterhood, meaning that you are our greater enemy, and we will unite against you when necessary. Nobody is doing nothing. Nobody is calling the cops. Everybody's just watching. Now, if the genders were reversed, would everybody just be watching? Or would somebody call the cops? Would some men even try to physically stop him? In fact, if he had retaliated after she hit him with the bottle, men would still try to stop him, call the cops on him, etc., etc., etc. Black men. And she gets another swing in on him. And he packs his stuff up. And I don't think he picked up the check. Another swing. She's just smacking him at will. This is an abusive relationship. She feels way too comfortable smacking him. If you upset me, if you do something I do not like, or if you embarrass me, or if you cheat on me, or something like that, I reserve the right to physically assault you. I mean, by that logic, Will Smith could reserve that same right? But it doesn't really work that way. And the other chick is gone. Now, look at this. Look at what's about to happen here. All right, one moment. By the way, in this country, because we have so many different ethnicities, we tend to mind our own business when it comes to the dealings of other people's ethnicity. If you see somebody and they're in a different ethnicity and they do something that you feel is wrong to each other, you're just kind of like, okay, that's their business. That's this particular group's business. I'm gonna mind my own. And that's pretty much how we get along. So these non-black people, then they're like, okay, this is just black people. This is how they get down. This is their culture. Black women are this way, and black men are designed to put up with the crap. And he's trying to exit somewhere else. He was so messed up in the head that he tried to exit like on a door that probably wasn't a door, even though the revolving door is right there. And he's still gonna follow her. He's gonna get in her car or his and drive her home, or have her drive him home, where he's going to receive some more beatings. They have set a precedent. She now feels comfortable beating him, publicly or privately. It's okay. You can't really do that to kids, you can't really do that to women, but you can do that to men. Even though what she did was against the law, it's not a matter of the law, it's a matter of the mindset of the citizens, particularly in this case, black men. You see, black men are trained to, quote unquote, stand in it. We're trained to look at the law as our enemy because it has been for so long, while the black woman looks at it as her friend. It's the law that she calls on you if you miss a child support payment. It's the law that she calls on you had this man retaliated. It's the law that she calls on you even if you didn't do a damn thing at all. These are the same women that will go out, march, Black Lives Matter, etc., etc., etc. If a cop had did to this man what she did to this man, they would be saying, this is wrong, Black Lives Matter, marching, and really they just marching for attention. They're marching because next month is March. Really, they're just marching for attention. And furthermore, they're marching to highlight the situation because they're not helping. When they march before the verdict is even dropped, they take away the entire or else of the situation. Like before, it's like, okay, like with Rodney King, the march happened after, the results. I'm not going to call it right, but you know what I'm talking about. The aftermath was a result of the verdict. Now they don't even wait for the verdict. They just start marching because it happened. Meaning you already did what you're going to do regardless. There's already civil unrest regardless, so Really doesn't matter what verdict I drop now, does it? And that's why we're getting the outcome that we're getting. But that's a separate topic. Excuse me for going down that rabbit hole. If a cop were to do this, they would pretend to be on his side. So they can claim to be this, I care about the image and dignity of black men, etc., 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 etc. Smack. Like, wait a minute, I thought you cared about, you don't want black men to be degraded and humiliated and beaten and stuff like that. Yeah, no, I just want to be the one doing the beating. I don't want anybody else beating you but me, is essentially what she's saying. With actions like this. I mind cops beating you unchecked, but I want to beat you unchecked. And what she would have this man believe is that if he called the cops on her, that the cops would beat him unchecked. But she already did that. Listen, brothers, I'm not saying that the law is entirely your friend, but it's not entirely your enemy either. The law has the mandate to appear to be just. Women like this don't. They don't have to appear to be just. They can pretty much behave in any way they want to, and who's going to check them, boo? They have convinced society, they've convinced white people or non-black people that it's racism to call the law on them when they are behaving in an unruly manner. And they have convinced black men that you weak, you a punk, you calling them people on me, you know, them people that they call on brothers over and over and over again. Say if you do something for it, you are a career criminal, meaning that you're that's how you get your income, by committing a crime, whether it's like selling drugs or what have you, maybe even being a P. If you make them upset, they call them people. Even if they were your partners in crime, they call them people. And then where's all that stop snitching? Snitches get stitches. Where's all that talk go when it's the female that's snitching? It's one of those rules that applies to them. Or excuse me, it's one of those rules that applies to you, not to them. So that's the situation. I'm not going to make this long, just needed to cover this. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. This is Game Changer 00100. Game over. Peace.